Hey everybody, I thought I would chat with you guys and gals today about something that has actually miffed me for years, and it's something I very, very rarely mention in any videos or ever discuss publicly. And that to me is this ludicrous idea that women who lift look like men, or that they're unattractive, and a lot of this nonsense. I would also suggest to people maybe they should go look at the CrossFit athlete Danny Spiegel, who is actually a full-time model, before you make those statements. But it's an interesting statement, and I see people not understanding why certain women, certain bodybuilders look a certain way, and it's not because they lift weights. Okay, we need to be clear there. And what's more fascinating is I've even seen accusations and memes and stuff where guys say, if you're attracted to this, then you're gay. And it's like, how full circle are we coming? That if you're a guy, I want you to think about the logic. If you're a guy and you are attracted to a woman, that this can now be considered in some bizarre scenario to be gay or homosexual. Yeah, that's not how it works. Okay, that's not how it works. A man being attracted to a woman is, by all definitions, heterosexual. So I don't get where people come up with this sort of nonsense. And like, well, she looks like a man, but she doesn't look like a man. All right. And the other thing is, she doesn't even look like maybe that picture 99.9% of the time. And that's a point I think people forget. They see when women diet down really lean and they get ripped, oh, she looks like a man. Or they'll say, oh, women shouldn't have abs like that. So why do women worry about fat loss? You do realize, and I don't think women grasp this, if you continually to lose body fat and you get really, really lean, you're going to have a six-pack. Okay, it is unavoidable. So, they make this statement. It's like, so I would ask to the people who say something like that, including the women, well, what's your cutoff point for losing body fat then? If you're over here, well, I'm always on a diet and I'm trying to lose weight. But you are literally saying that if a woman loses too much fat, she looks like a man, and you don't want to look like that, but then you're setting the goal of losing fat. Well, you better figure out where the cutoff is then. Or they think that they're big, and they would be surprised that a lot of these leaner women who lift, you're seeing pictures, when you see them in person, they're oftentimes really small. They're not as big as you think they are. Then the other thing, as far as the ones who really are big, what I've seen fascinating, unless they have really jacked arms. Okay, you'll see someone who but you're looking at their contest pictures. You're looking at or a photo shoot that they dieted down for. You do realize they don't look like that. The off season they might actually have curves. It's the same woman in the same year. Again, there might be at 20% body fat versus 10% body fat. Or they may have lost more than half of the fat on their body. You might have a woman who's at 25% body fat in her off season, and then 20% when she does a show or a photo shoot or whatever. So then you're seeing her ripped, you're seeing all the fake tan, the oil, all this stuff to bring out this muscle definition. Or she looks like a man. Well, it's irrelevant what you think then, because her goal is to compete in something, a physique contest. Her goal is not to impress you by having the most feminine curves possible at that point. Okay, that's literally on par and is insulting as saying, oh, that woman looks like a man when she puts on that military uniform. So you're going to tell her not to do her job or the thing, because when she's wearing the uniform, or particularly, out in the field, let's say she has some combat job. So when she wears that full loadout and everything and not a dress, that she looks like a man. I mean, do you see how silly that is? That's temporary. She doesn't look like that all the time. It's the same thing with those women in the photo shoots or the competition. They don't look like that day to day. They're not even that close to that lean 11 months out of the year. Okay? They diet down to extremely low levels of body fat, temporarily dehydrate themselves, everything, to show their muscles. That doesn't mean that's how they look all the time. Now, the other thing too, when you are starting to get too big and too masculine of a look, it's very large doses of anabolics being used to create this, not the lifting weights. So you do understand, and people don't seem to grasp that, using a large amount, because all anabolics are male hormones. They are male hormones. They are classified as androgens. That's male hormones. Yes, using high amounts of male hormones will create some masculine features in women. But it's not because they work out and lift weights. It's because they work out, lift weights, and then use male hormones. Then the other thing, it's even funny when I see guys who say that. So it's like, well, wait a minute. So if having muscle and having a six-pack makes someone look like a man, I would say to those guys, well, what do you look like then? So then do you look like a woman? If you're curvy with a little bit of a belly and you got some man titties, are you saying that you look like a woman? Because if we're defining looking like a man as being really lean, maybe so lean that your boobs are shrunk, right? You got a six-pack, you got muscle definition, you have muscle. So a guy who is fatter and doesn't work out and doesn't have muscle, so you're saying they look like a woman. If if that is what a man looks like, right? So like me right here in this training clip, if that is what a man looks like, I would say to those guys, well, what do you look like then? If you're defining this, if you say if a woman has a physique like mine, she probably doesn't, that she looks like a man. Okay, so this is your definition. I'm your definition of a man. Okay, do you look like this? So you're also saying that you don't look like a man. Like, you can't have it both ways, guys. You can't have it both ways. You can't say that this is what a man looks like, and then if you don't look like this and you're the opposite, you got a belly, you got titties, and you don't have big biceps and big lats and shoulders, then you don't look like a man. Make up your mind. It's an interesting position that people take. All right, guys, well, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.